Naina Sahini was the victim of the 1995 Tandoor Murder case. On 2nd July 1995, 29-year-old Sahini was killed by her husband Sushil Sharma, an Indian National Congress youth leader. Sushil Sharma was convicted for the murder by the trial court, Delhi High Court, and the Supreme Court. In October 2013, Sharma's death penalty was commuted to life imprisonment by the Supreme Court. On July 2nd, 1995, around 11 pm, thick plumes of smoke were billowing into night sky inside a hotel. Constable Abdul Nazir Kunju was posted at Khanagout Place police station and was on night duty from 11 pm to 5 am that day. He reported for duty 10 minutes before 11 and met his partner for the night, Home Guard Chandrapal. Both of them set out on Ashoka Road on patrol. By 11:15 pm, they had reached the lane next to Ashoka Yatri Niwas and saw plumes of smoke emerging from the hotel compound. Both of them approached the security guard of the ITDC run Ashok Yatra Niwas hotel. When they asked about the smoke coming out of Bagia restaurant, a man stopped them at the entrance and said, "We are burning old election posters. Don't worry, it'll be done soon." Being reassured, Kunju told them to be careful and left. They continued patrolling the area but decided to check again when he heard the vendor scream fire. The duo turned around to see a vegetable vendor pointing towards the fire coming out of the restaurant. Seeing the smoke and the large fire from over the wall, Kunju ran to a nearby telephone booth wanting to dial 100 for police and also call for fire brigade, but the telephone booth was closed. He asked Chandra to stay there and left to call for assistance on his wireless that he left on the other side of the western court. When Kunju returned, he detected a strange smell from the fire and the flames were larger. Kunju jumped over the hotel wall and saw two men fanning the large fire over the restaurant tandoor with scraps of paper and wood. Kunju saw Keshav Kumar, the restaurant manager of Bagia, standing next to restaurant's tandoor. When questioned, Keshav answered saying they were burning old political banners, papers, and posters. Kunju also recognized the other man as the first person he met while trying to enter the restaurant earlier and later identified him as the main accused, Sushil Sharma. The smell of the fire and something he saw in the fire alerted Kunju. He walked slowly towards it, afraid to acknowledge what he was looking at. It was a human torso sticking out of the tandoor. He and Chandra put out the fire with buckets of water and found that it was a charred body. The skin of the lower part melted away. It seemed to be that of a woman whose legs from the side of the foot were partially burnt. Her intestines spilled out. Sushil Sharma was on the run. ACP Ashok Kumar, additional CP Maxwell Pereira, and other senior officers arrived at the crime scene. The next day's headlines shocked the capital. A body being burnt in restaurant's tandoor, and the body was found that of Naina Sahini. Sushil was born to be in politics, but he was born into a lower middle class family. His father was a breadwinner working as a bank clerk. From the time he was in college, he was active in the political scene as a student leader. He rose in ranks in the following years. His attitude grew and he started carrying a licensed .032 revolver and was known for abduction of political rivals. Sushil rose from Students' Union President of Delhi University's Satyavati College in 1977 to Delhi Pradesh Youth Congress Chief. He was a dedicated party worker and it is here that he met Naina Sahini around 1989. Naina Sahini came from a lower middle class background like Sushil. She was always interested in politics and her father was a storekeeper in an ordnance factory. During her college, she was All India Girls convener of NSUI. Naina left politics for a while and went off to get her pilot's license. And she soon returned to politics and joined the Delhi Youth Congress as General Secretary in 1989. She worked closely with many leaders and party workers at Congress. And she fell in love with Matlub Karim at this time. Naina couldn't marry Karim because of her family. Karim knew that because of his religion, Naina's family had objected, but they remained as good friends. Meanwhile, Sushil continued to woo Naina and she was on the rebound, fell in love with him. The two were married in Delhi's Birla Mandir in 1993, but Sushil wanted to keep their marriage a secret. The neighbors in Pitampura remained unaware that Sushil was married, but the marriage soured immediately. Sushil liked power and dominating others, while Naina wasn't going to be a submissive. She was an independent woman who wanted her own career and glory. According to Karim, his former love, Naina, used to call him and cry on the phone, narrating how Sushil, after being drunk, regularly beat her and locked her up in their rented Golem market flat. There was an instance when Sushil barnaced his gun at her and deliberately misfired to scare her. But to the outside world, Sushil portrayed himself as a soft spoken, non smoking teetotaler who regularly visited temple. But people knew him as Ladies' Man. He lived a double life. Naina heard about the rumors with Ela, a divorced wife of a businessman. Upon asking about the rumors, Sushil denied, but Naina knew he was lying. Naina realized that there was nothing left for her in this secret marriage. Naina asked for a divorce and said she wanted to move to Australia and set up an import business. On July 2nd, 1995, Sushil had been angered by Naina's decision to leave him and go abroad. And he became more angry as he felt her proximity to her ex lover grow. Sushil Sharma objected to his wife Naina's friendship with Matlub Karim. Matlub and Naina were classmates and fellow Congress workers. Sushil suspected Naina of having an extramarital relationship with Matlub. On the night of 2nd July 1995, Sushil came home and saw Naina talking on the phone and consuming alcohol. Naina, on seeing Sushil, hung up. Sushil redialed the phone to find Matlub on the other end. Enraged, he pulled out his gun and fired 3 shots at a close range. One bullet entered her neck, the second in her head, and the third bullet missed her. Realizing what he had done, he knew he had to act fast. He rolled her up on the bedsheet on which she fell. Seeing blood seep through, he pulled the plastic cover off the dining table. He wrapped the body in it. He needed to dispose of the body. He went down from his Gole market flat and reversed the car to the stairs. He then dragged the corpse from the second floor flat and dumped it in the car. He went up and changed into a fresh kurta as the other one was completely soaked in Naina's blood. While driving, he came up with a plan to get rid of the body. He drove to Bagya restaurant at the Ashok Yatri Nivas hotel in which he was a partner and the manager Keshav was a friend. It was around 10:15 p.m. when Sushil drove up to the restaurant in his white Maruti car. He rolled down the car's window and Keshav saw him and ran up to the car. Sushil directed Keshav to close the restaurant immediately and empty it of customers and staff. Keshav knew something was horribly wrong and better not question Sushil. When Keshav realized what was in the car, he felt nauseous. Sushil scolded him and said they had to hurry up and asked him to get a gunny bag. But Naina's body, wrapped in a bedsheet and lying on the folded back seat of the car, would not fit into the bag. So Keshav got a tarpaulin and dragged the body inside. While Keshav stood guard, Sushil put the corpse into the tandoor. As the body did not fit, he forced the limbs in by severing both legs from below the knees. He also chopped the arms from the elbows. The feet stuck out of the tandoor in a ghastly manner. Keshav supplied him ghee from the restaurant kitchen. Sushil lit the tandoor, but he needed to get rid of the evidence faster. The ghee had run out, and so Keshav came back with 500 grams of butter. When this was not enough, both of them added paper to the fire. This is when the flames leapt up and were seen by the vegetable vendor, Kunju and Chandar. By the time police arrived, Sushil had escaped. But Keshav immediately confessed. A massive search began to apprehend Sushil Sharma. Matlub Karim identified Naina's body from her nose structure and hairstyle. The first postmortem conducted at Lady Harninge Medical College revealed that she died due to burn injuries and excessive bleeding. This was shocking as it changed the tone of the story as it had been revealed by Keshav. A second postmortem was ordered by the Lieutenant Governor, Delhi, which was conducted by a team of 3 doctors from 3 different hospitals headed by T.D. Dogra. The postmortem report revealed that Naina had been shot twice and died of firearm injuries, making it a murder case. Finally, the real story emerged from the second post-mortem report. The case is a landmark example of a successful second autopsy. 9 days later, Sushil Sharma surrendered in Bangalore. His head was shaved and he said that he knew nothing about the murder as he had left Delhi on a pilgrimage. And his story was that he had left Delhi on 2nd July morning in a DLY taxi summoned by Naina. He had driven to Ajmer followed by Jaipur. When the cops asked him to reveal the name of the temple he had visited in Ajmer, Sushil could not and made the excuse that he had visited the temple at the night and didn't know which temple it was. From Jaipur, he claimed to have taken a flight to Bombay and then to Madras. And this is where he heard for the first time that he had been implicated in his wife's murder. He immediately hired S. Anantanarayanan as his lawyer, who moved for interim bail. And then Sushil claimed that he visited Venkateshwara temple at Tirupati, where he tonsured his head and shaved off his mustache. He even presented some prasad and a ticket of prasad as proof of his visit. And after that, both he and his lawyer traveled to Bangalore and surrendered. The police knew he was lying. On July 27, 1995, the police filed a charge sheet. On May 9, 1996, the trial court framed charges of murder, criminal conspiracy, and destruction of evidence against 5 people. On November 7, 1996, Sushil Sharma was sentenced to death, while Keshav got 7 years rigorous imprisonment. While convicting Sushil and his friend Keshav, the restaurant owner, Additional Sessions Judge G.P. Thareja wrote in his judgment, by burning the dead body, the accused intended that Naina Sahini should go unwept, unsung, and unheard. December 2003. Sharma moves Delhi High Court, challenging trial court judgment. On February 19, 2007, the High Court upheld the death sentence of Sharma. On October 8, 2013, the Supreme Court commuted the death penalty to life imprisonment. On December 21, 2018, the Delhi High Court ordered forthwith release of Sharma. On 22nd December 2018, Sushil Sharma walked out of Tihar jail after 23 years. The Tandoor case will forever be etched in the memory of Indians as one of the most heinous and shocking crimes ever.